Why it's a nightmare to own a Tesla Model S Plaid. You just signed the final papers at the Tesla dealership in Beverly Hills. The salesman smiles as you unlock your new Model S Plaid through your iPhone app. The vehicle lights up, recognizing your approach like Jarvis greeting Tony Stark. The door opens automatically and you step into the futuristic cockpit with that giant 17-inch screen glowing with all the possibilities. Congratulations, you just spent $140,000 to create a completely new set of problems in your life. Welcome to the world of first-class sufferings on four wheels, where every inconvenience comes wrapped in carbon fiber and smells like technological ambitions with a touch of trust fund. The salesman explains that you'll need to download 17 different apps, connect 4 separate accounts, and watch a 40-minute tutorial video just to understand how to adjust the mirrors. It's intuitive, he assures, while you try to figure out why you need a password to open the glove box. You ask about gas stations, and he laughs as if you just asked where to insert the floppy disks. It's electric, he explains with condescending patience. Great, now you not only have a new car, but also a new vocabulary full of terms like kilowatts, estimated range, and range anxiety. Finally, you're ready to leave the dealership. You press the pedal and silence. The only sound is the soft sigh of the air conditioning and the chirping of birds outside. No V8 rumble, no characteristic roar. How will people on Sunset Boulevard know you're driving something special if they can't hear it 3 blocks away? What a tragedy. But then you accelerate, and in less than 2 seconds, you're already at 60 miles per hour. Your head is pressed against the headrest, your stomach stays behind, and your Ray-Ban sunglasses almost fly off your face. Accelerating from 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds makes you feel more G-force than the Millennium Falcon entering hyperspace. And that feeling of guilt for not contributing to global warming with your emissions. Devastating. You arrive home and realize your first real dilemma. Your wall charger hasn't been installed yet. The electrician specialized in Tesla systems can only come next week, and apparently plugging your $140,000 car into a regular outlet is like trying to feed a Tyrannosaurus Rex with bird treats. You'll have to use a public supercharger for now. What humiliation, sitting for 20 minutes at a Beverly Hills mall while your car absorbs electricity like a technological vampire. At least at the gas pump, you only need to stand for 5 minutes inhaling carcinogenic substances. The next morning, you decide to take your new toy to work. As soon as you enter the parking lot, it's as if a celebrity had arrived. Is that the new Tesla Plaid? The one that's faster than a Bugatti? Asks the security guard. Is it true it reaches 200 miles per hour? He questions the receptionist. You try to be modest, but it's hard when your car is basically a SpaceX rocket with wheels. After 15 minutes answering questions, you finally reach your office, late for the meeting. Your boss, however, is curiously understanding. Were you showing everyone the new Tesla, right? Can I take a spin at lunch? And so begins your new unpaid career as a test pilot for curious colleagues. During lunch, you use autopilot to navigate Los Angeles traffic. The car moves by itself, maintaining perfect distance from other vehicles, changing lanes smoothly when necessary. It's so impressive that you almost forget you're constantly monitoring the system out of paranoia, with your hands hovering over the wheel like a nervous pianist about to play for royalty. You can't completely relax because you know the moment you pick up your phone to answer that important email, a California Highway Patrol officer will magically appear beside you. No, officer, the car was driving itself, probably won't work as an excuse even in 2025. Returning home, you decide to test ludicrous mode at the famous Wilshire Boulevard traffic light. The light turns green, you floor it, and your Tesla launches as if shot from a catapult. The acceleration is so intense that your $7 Starbucks coffee now artistically decorates the rear dashboard. Your phone flies from the center console to the back seat, and you swear you saw your life flash before your eyes. Meanwhile, the Honda Civic beside you didn't even notice the race had started. The driver probably thinks you simply vanished, as if you'd activated Harry Potter's invisibility cloak. At home, you park in the garage and plug in the charger. Your phone app shows you used 40% of the battery today, and it'll take approximately 4 hours to fully charge. You also notice there's a software update available. Your car needs updates as if it were an iPhone with memory issues. And these aren't small fixes, they're complete updates that can totally change the user interface, add games, improve range, or occasionally make your door not open properly for 2 days. It's like you bought a car that has dissociative identity disorder. On the weekend, you decide to take a trip to Las Vegas. Vegas. The Tesla says it has 350 miles of range, more than enough for the 270-mile trip, but as soon as you turn on the air conditioning at full blast, because it's 110 degrees in the desert, and start driving at 85 miles per hour, because it's Nevada, the onboard computer dramatically recalculates remaining range 220 miles. Suddenly, your relaxing trip transforms into a Bear Grylls style survival episode, where you need to find a supercharger in the middle of the desert before your technological car becomes a $140,000 minimalist sculpture. Halfway to Vegas, you stop at a supercharger in Baker, California, next to that famous giant thermometer. While your Tesla absorbs electricity, you spend $25 on a mediocre sandwich and watery coffee. You open the Tesla app and see there are 15 minutes left to complete charging. Looking around, you notice 3 other Tesla owners, all with the same blank stare of people stuck in automotive limbo. You exchange knowing nods like members of an exclusive cult that pays to stand still in the middle of the desert. Finally, in Vegas, you hand your Tesla to the Bellagio valet, who seems overly impressed. "Can I take a quick spin just to the parking lot?" he asks with a concerning gleam in his eyes. You reluctantly hand over the key, which is actually your phone, and watch as he drives off with your precious investment. 10 minutes later, you receive a notification from the app. Hard acceleration detected. Apparently, ludicrous mode is being extensively tested in the casino's underground parking garage. You sigh and order another drink. At least the Tesla's camera system is recording all the evidence for the lawsuit you'll probably file against the hotel. Back in Los Angeles, you take your Tesla for its first maintenance service. There are no fluids to change. Goodbye, $300 oil changes. But somehow, the bill still reaches $900 for a diagnostic upgrade and battery precision alignment, things you're pretty sure were invented just to keep mechanics busy. When you ask what exactly was done, the technician smiles and says, "We updated the algorithmic matrix of the propulsion subsystem to optimize energy efficiency." You nod as if you understand, while mentally translating to "We rebooted your car." At a Malibu breakfast with friends, the conversation inevitably turns to your new car. "Is it really as fast as they say?" asks a friend. Before you can answer, another interrupts. "I heard Tesla is launching the new Roadster next month, with 500 miles of range and even faster acceleration." As your heart sinks, your Model S Plaid, the technological marvel you acquired less than 3 months ago, is already about to become obsolete. It's like buying the latest iPhone on Friday, only for Apple to announce the new model on Monday, except your iPhone didn't cost $140,000. At home, you park next to your neighbor who just bought a new Lucid Air. He smiles smugly while casually mentioning that his car has 520 miles of range and more luxurious interior. "But yours is cool too," he adds, with the kind of fake generosity that makes you want to program your Tesla to trigger your yard sprinklers whenever his car passes in front of your house. What bothers you most isn't the money spent, the range anxiety, or even the constant updates. It's the fact that your Tesla has become your personality. At parties, people no longer ask about your work or your hobbies. It's always, "How's the Tesla? Have you tried that new feature? How long does it take to charge?" You've become the Tesla guy, as if you and your car were a symbiotic entity, like Eddie Brock and Venom, only with fewer tentacles and more touchscreens. And then there are the conspiracy theories. At a Malibu barbecue, someone inevitably asks if it's true that Elon Musk can remotely access your car and listen to your conversations. Another questions whether Tesla is selling your driving data to the government. You try to explain that your car isn't a surveillance device on wheels, but even you start wondering why your Tesla needs 8 cameras, 12 ultrasonic sensors, and a radar. Surely it's not just for parking. After 6 months with your Model S Plaid, you realize you've developed a complicated relationship with your vehicle. Like any toxic Hollywood relationship, it's a mixture of love, hate, dependence, and excessive spending. You can't imagine going back to a gas car, so primitive. But you also dream of the simple days when your car was just a car, not a supercomputer, with wheels that occasionally questions your life decisions. In the end, owning a Tesla Model S Plaid is like dating the smartest, most attractive, and most temperamental person in the room. It's impressive, often rewarding, occasionally frustrating, and definitely expensive. But hey, at least you can show your friends that trick where the car dances to Trans-Siberian Orchestra during Christmas, because obviously that's what Tesla engineers spent years studying physics and programming for. And so ends the tragic story of owning a Tesla Model S Plaid. See you in the next video for more sufferings on carbon fiber wheels. Cheers!